Okay. Avionics Master.
Yep. So here,
PFD,
here, and then up here.
Aspen. Okay.
If you get these
I'm just recording it so I don't forget.
If you get these two out of sequence, you may get a fail message on this because it's not getting the input it needs on the autopilot. And it's because you went out of sequence.
Yeah.
Okay. And every once in a great while, this will come up because it does rely on the GPS. And if the GPS is slow to align, it's not getting the input signal. All I do is I flip that switch off, flip it back on, it comes right back up.
Okay.
Okay. So circuit breakers are all in. And there are 3 down here as well. So you have this row, this panel, and these down
and then
here.
those auxiliary ones. Okay.
All right, halt battery switch is coming on. Volts, we want to make sure we got 24 minimum, and we do. And again, you can check it on the Davtron here as well. Avionics fan will kick on, but it's not warm enough right now, obviously. Landing gear down, and we have a green light. Lights check, we checked them all. I do have the beacons and the strobes on, just for safety. Alt static source is here. It is closed, and you can see it there, so that's good. Tachometer record fuel quantity, so gallons remaining is 83.4, and I'll show you how this all works when we get it cranked.
Okay.
Fuel selector is to both, and since you've flown 182s, you know that we never move it out of both. It always stays there.
Yep.
The only time I've ever moved it is if I was like refueling on a slope side to side and I needed to make sure.
Yeah, I've burned off the left tank sometimes just because of feed problems. Goes down,
left 10,
right down.
There's 20, and there's 40, and you can see the indicator right here is working. Coming back up. There's 20, there's 10, and all the way up. Stall warning horn. Obviously, I'm not going to get out and check it. Okay, alt battery switch I'm going to leave on since we've already basically done the pre-flight. So pre-flight inspection is complete. Baggage NA, passenger brief. We're not going anywhere. We're just going to run it up right here.
Yep.
Seat belt, shoulder harnesses. I've got my seat belt on. Shoulder harnesses behind us. Fuel selector valve is verified into both. I'm going to push this back so it's out of the way. Avionics Master, autopilot, and electrical equipment are all off. 1, 2, 3. Brakes are set. Cowl flaps we're going to leave open. And this is what I was going to tell you. I've never gone below, see that brake right there? About 1 or maybe 2 below that. That's the most I ever have to close them. And the engine runs right in the middle of the ground.
Okay.
Landing gear lever is down. Circuit breakers we've all checked. Okay, mixture's going full rich. Prop is set. Throttle is fully closed. Carb heat is closed. Prime. This is the key to this one. Twice when it's cold, once when it's warm.
And there's no accelerator pump on this carb, right? So can't cheat a little bit, but
no, there's a fuel pump, but the primer's is the key because it's got a carburetor.
Yeah.
All right, where am I at here? Prime, alt battery switches on, beacon strobes, aux fuel pump. Looking for 25, and we have it. And then back off. Prop clear and ignition switch to start. All right. Well, if you were impressed with the aircraft as it looks, watch this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it does that every time.
Idles up.
So what I'll do, I'm gonna take this off for now. I want you to listen how quiet it is.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That insulation made a huge difference. And the fact that the engine's in great shape as well. But I'll let it run for about a minute, and then I'm gonna lean it out so we don't foul the plugs. That is the start every time.
That is great.
The key is the damn prime. And even when it's warm, if you'll give it 1 squirt, boom, it'll kick right over.
That's great. And you said oil level 6 or 7 quarts, was it?
7.
7, okay.
The book will tell you 8, but according to John, who's the expert,
he's the expert.
If you put horn sound in any literature anywhere, as long as you're not running at high RPM, you're not ever going to hurt the motor by bringing that.
Yeah, I was pulled aggressively lean on the ground.
Okay, so where are we at? All right, ignition switch start. Low pressure, we had it within 30 seconds. You can see it's top of the green. Low voltage light is functional. Ammeter should show a charge, so I always flip it over to amps and just make sure it's decreasing.
Got a bit of a pull.
And it's coming down. Okay, and then we should be up close to 28 or just slightly over. So. Okay, avionics on. So we hit the master switch here. I wait 5-10 seconds. Turn the Aspen on. Wait 5-10 seconds. And then autopilot. Okay. I leave the damn doorbell off most of the time because.
Oh, is that the mute?
That's the mute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so once it's all starting to wake up, if you have anything that's out of date, your nav, your obstacles, your Jepsons, it's going to come up on this initial screen. And it will tell you, hey, this is out of date. There's a proceed button that'll come up down here where you can just keep going.
Okay.
It's not going to keep you from flying, it's just telling you,
warning you, yeah.
Pay attention. So when this comes up, you hit the enter button. Okay? This is a new feature that's going to say, do you want the Wi-Fi Bluetooth on for the remainder of the flight? Hit allow, it's good to go. Now this is where these two start talking. So on the map systems, you can see it's got 83.2 gallons, here's your flow, etc. And that should always match. Whatever your flow rate is should be the same on both, okay? And that's how you can double check it. So gallons remaining is 83.2, that's what it's showing, okay? Gallons used, 4.8, etc. And then you've got all of your additional stuff here. There's your endurance, there's your nautical miles per gallon, there's your reserve, and then gallons to destination. I always leave it on gallons to destination just as a personal preference.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but, so then we come up on the map. Now, this is both, as you know, it's touchscreen and it's got hybrid buttons. And that is money because I've flown the G750 in turbulence and it's a pain in the ass to hang on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is to me, it's a perfect blend, and I accepted a smaller screen on purpose because this is a hell of a lot more functional.
Yeah, I like the buttons myself too. I'm an old guy, and
well, and it works like an iPad.
Yeah,
you can
zoom in and out is great, but
I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, but trying to hit something while you're bouncing around,
exactly,
it's not fun.
Okay, so let me get back on this. Ammeter's good, avionics are on. I have a GPS spin up, so just turn the autopilot off. I'll leave it off for about a minute or two just to make sure everything else is waking up correctly. And generally, it's this that takes a little longer than that. Okay, this actually finds the stuff pretty good. Come back to this, but once you get into the aux pages, these are how you set up your user options, how you set up the map for the way that you like it. Your data blocks, if you don't like this and the way that I have it, you can change that. You can customize it however you want, okay? I like to have the GPS DGL here. I like to have the Zulu time here because a lot of times when I'm talking to center,
yeah, it's anyway, it's easier.
And then over here is where I keep my fuel time remaining, mid-safe altitude, and all that kind of stuff, flight timers, etc. But you can set them up however you want, okay? And then you can go into the chart mode. You can see, it shows you exactly, and it's got all that high-speed stuff about danger zones and incursion zones and all that. And if you get close to the runway, it'll get a big block up here. It says, hey, you're about to enter the runway environment. What do you want to do?
Nice.
Et cetera, et cetera. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Pull this down a little bit. Okay, so then transponder. This back on.
Resort to the manual.
Yep. On here, there's 3 of them. So to get here, there's a little bottom button that says barrel right there. You push that, and that's going to turn it to purple, and that's how you change the barometric altimeter. So we're sitting at about 680 feet. So it should be about 3025. We'll double check this one. 3025. That's that. And then here you hit DTA for data entry. Okay.
Okay.
And it'll go, see how it's flashing now?
Yep.
Hit baro, and you go 30.2, and then when you're done, hit data entry again. That means it's set. That's also how you go in to set like your altitude if you want to go to 10,000, your vertical speed, your decision height, and so on. And then when you get done, come out of the data
So
entry
DTA,
mode.
the function, and then DTA again to enter. Okay.
Right. So altimeter 1, 2, and 3. All right.
Got it.
And I've got that on here for you. Baro altimeter set times 3.
Okay.
Just to remember. Okay, then the Aspen APHIS, we're going to set the baro, the heading, the altitude, and airspeed. So I showed you how to get into the baro mode. Then for heading, you hit heading, and you can see your heading changing right here.
Yep.
Okay, and then your line coming around, so we'll just set it there. Now, if you want to just center it to the center, just hold it, and it'll automatically set to center. Up to the altitude, and we're going to set that for 10,000 feet today. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then your course is the same thing. Set your course here, hit it again, and you can set your airspeed, your target airspeed. All right? So we'll say we're going to go to 120 today. All right? Now, your angle of attack indicator, you see where it says AOA auto right there?
Yep.
Until you start getting airspeed and flying, it's not going to
It's not
display
going to
the
activate.
bar.
Okay.
She's finally warming up really nice. This thing idles really, really nice once it warms up.
Yeah, it feels good
So
down there. There you are. 600, 635.
Yeah.
That's good.
And as you can tell, there's no, none of that
No
crap.
shaking.
So that's how you set these. And again, a little higher. I've got all this in here. So, Avidyne 540 set. We're going to enter the flight plan, the frequencies, the nav aids, check your fuel, weather, traffic, etc. So there's just little reminders in here until you get used to it on how you want to set it up. Okay? So we're not going to mess with any of that right now. Parking brakes, we're going to leave. Brakes, okay, instruments, that's all good. Okay, run-up checks. We can go ahead and do that. Do the mag check if you want. So cabin doors and windows are closed, seat belts are secured, parking brake, flight control.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of habit, I'll look out the back and make sure that the trim tab's moving as well, which it is.